change Kenya. And I'm sure if Kenya see that sign, even other positive people who are held hostage by this, some of these retrogressive parties, and they have been showing signs like Akina Orengo, they will say we want to be where the people are. And so all the best to all of us. Kenya needs you. Kenya needs us. And I yield.
Great. Thank you so much, Professor Kibwana. That was really inspiring. And I think that subject of conversation about a coalition of progressive forces that is not only new faces, because we have seen new faces coming on board and being sucked into the same old machine that is using the people, but new faces with a different ideology and with sort of clarity of the path that we want to take as a country, and creating this coalition between those who have already shown themselves to be, the leaders of the people on the streets. I think that is a worthwhile endeavor for us to be thinking about, and perhaps Senator Omtatah, you'd like to reflect on that a bit before we hand over to, before we go to Dolphin, who has been waiting for quite a while. So Dolphin, prepare yourself as Senator Omtatah comes in.
Yes, Mamka, thank you for that. I have listened to Professor. I think he has hit the nail on the head. That the unity we seek is for us to create. And he has proposed a formula which I think I'm going to embrace. And we'll have a round table with various progressives and see what kind of momentum we can create towards this new country. And as we march tomorrow in the Saba Saba commemorative marches across the country, let all those who watch or those who oppose us know that we are out to reclaim the promise of Saba Saba. We are out to reclaim our sovereignty, the sovereign power of the people. We are out to reclaim justice and the rule of law. We are out to reclaim constitutionalism and democratic freedoms. And ultimately, we are out to reclaim the promise of prosperity within our borders that our founding fathers made in the national anthem. That's our goal. That's the vision of this country, and nobody can take it away from it. So let us get out and march. Let us meet in the streets. Let us speak as one. Let us defend our nation. And earlier on, as Mr. Muthiora said, there has been violence. As I speak, I was with 4 gentlemen who held on to me. When the police opened fire, they fell on me. One sustained 7 bullets. He's still at Kenyatta. Another one 6. He's at Kenyatta. Another one sustained 2 bullets. He was discharged in the leg. Another one sustained 1 bullet. He was also treated and discharged. And so, all those bullets were fired when we were sitting down on Kenyatta Avenue, outside Teleposta Tower, between Teleposta and Kipande House. So this idea that these people saying that are attacking demonstrators and goons is not true. We were sitting down. We were holding the Kenyan flag. So they opened fire. Now they fired tear gas, and within, I think they're releasing canisters of tear gas. And in that comment, when the smoke is thick, they open fire. They fire through the smoke. So let us not be cowed by that cowardly act. Let us stand firm. But we also have the privilege, some of us, from where I sit, I get even to hear from senior officials in the forces, and they're against the crackdown. They're totally against it. And so there's a small tribal militia that has been forced, been empaneled to try and sow mayhem on our streets. We have an attempt to tribalize the police command, especially in Nairobi, whereby most senior officers are from a tribe or an ethnic community, and they disobey the police structure. Most of them are OCSs, they disobey the OSPDs. They take command directly from Lagat, who is back in office as we speak, and who thinks that because we have buried Albert Ojwang, we have buried him, and so life continues as normal. So let us come out, let us march, let us be peaceful. And as somebody observed that on the space as I was listening, there were two ways June 25th was commemorated last week. There was one side, Moy Avenue to the other side, or Tromboy to the other side was a different ball game. While this other side, where the people who really were demonstrating were, no shop was looted, no phone was stolen, everybody was peaceful. And people just marched, but the police interfered, the police brutalized us. The other side, they brought in goons who did what they did. And let us keep peaceful, let us keep organized. And I pray that the police and the administration take a leaf from what happened in Mombasa and what happened in Busia on that day. In my own Busia County, the county commissioner and the police commander led the demonstrations and guided the people, and people were able to demonstrate, people were able to commemorate their day, and they went home peacefully. I pray that, and the same thing happened in Mombasa. I pray that tomorrow in Nairobi, we see the same thing happening, whereby the police band comes out and leads the demonstrators who are demanding that we get good governance and we get a prosperous country, and we get a country that can be respected, a country that can command respect, a country that can compete globally, a country that does not need anybody's aid to stand. And that way we shall be progressing in this country. So I still appeal to those policemen, I appeal to our security forces, even the military men who have been put on standby, as we have been told. There's no need to come out on the streets. Nobody's armed on the streets. People are just asking for what's in the national anthem. People are just asking that we use the constitution to go to the national anthem and get the promised land which they were given. Right now we have been taken to Babylon, we got independence, we got the promised land, but we have been taken captive by our sins, we are in Babylon. We need to get back to the promised land. We need to construct the temple from Babylon, not from Misri, not from Egypt. We finished that with the Mau Mau. Our journey right now is from Babylon back to Jerusalem for those who read the Bible. And that one needs Nehemiah. That one needs skilled people, not warriors. They need skills. And we have those skills, and we are crying that give us an economy where we can exercise our skills. Let us stop importing roads from China. Let our Kenyan engineers build roads instead of rotting in the houses. That's what people are demanding. That's what the Gen Z are demanding. And so, with those few remarks, I hand back to Momka so that I can hear the next speaker. And thank you all.
Thank you so much, Senator. So Dolphin has been waiting for a while. So we'll have you speak, Dolphin. And then we have Sunguoyo, who is the spokesperson for Kongamano la Mapinduzi. I would want to invite him to make remarks specifically on the experience of those who have been mobilizing the movements that have been on the front line of the streets, and the sort of intimidation that they have been experiencing over the last couple of weeks, with an intensification over the last couple of days. Even as Senator said, that the army has been put on standby to respond, which is